Before there was a nation, there was wilderness. Before there was freedom, there was fear. And before there was America, there were 13 fragile colonies, clinging to the edge of an unknown world. Across endless forests and silent rivers, men and women from distant shores carved out their survival, one storm, one harvest, one prayer at a time. They came for land, for faith, for a second chance. But what they found was struggle, disease, hunger, and isolation. The New World was not a dream. It was a test. From Jamestown to Plymouth, the foundations of a new society began, built not by kings, but by the will of the people who refused to die. By the early 1700s, 13 colonies stood divided by distance, yet united by a growing idea, that they were something more than subjects of a distant crown. They farmed their own fields, built their own towns, and in their hearts, a quiet rebellion was already taking root. But the shadow of empire was never far. Across the Atlantic, Britain ruled with taxes and trade, demanding loyalty, without listening to the voices across the sea. No taxation without representation, they cried, simple words that would one day shake the world. Tension grew. Protests turned to riots. And in 1770, on the cobblestone streets of Boston, blood was spilled. The Boston Massacre. 5 men dead, but an entire nation awakened. Pamphlets spread like wildfire, calling for unity, for freedom, for something new. Then came July 4th, 1776, a document written by men who knew the cost of their words. We hold these truths to be self-evident. The Declaration of Independence. It was not just ink on paper. It was a declaration of defiance, a promise that freedom was worth dying for. The revolution had begun. Ordinary farmers became soldiers. Mothers became messengers. The young and the old, all fought for an idea they had never seen before, a country that belonged to its people. Valley Forge froze their bodies, but not their hope. And when all seemed lost, they fought on. Against all odds, the impossible happened. In 1781, the British Army surrendered at Yorktown. A small army, poor, hungry, outnumbered, had defeated the greatest empire on earth. The world changed that day, and the United States of America took its first breath. But independence was only the beginning. Now came the harder part, deciding who they were. 13 states, each with their own interests, clashed over what this new nation should be. Liberty for all, or liberty for some. Voices rose, arguments flared, and out of chaos came a constitution. A new covenant, not with kings, but with the people themselves. From the ink of their struggle, a nation was born. A land where freedom was not granted, but earned. Yet the story was far from perfect. Behind the dream stood the dark reality of slavery, inequality, and broken promises. The ideals of liberty were written, but not yet lived. Still, the birth of a nation is never clean. It is forged in fire, doubt, and courage. From the ashes of war, from the hope of ordinary people, rose an extraordinary idea. That a nation could belong not to rulers, but to its citizens. This is how America began. Not in peace, but in the courage to dream of it.